a lot better. There's a bit of a drift here now. Whoa!
Oh, wasn't that a beauty?
Oh no!
Huh?
Oh yeah, much more.
Oh. Thanks very much.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh, you got. Hold on.
Oh! Off he goes.
Hang on. You got it? Newfoundlanders called mud trout. As you can see, it's a gorgeous looking fish. It's got a nice dark back. It's got speckles of blue, pink, brown, black. Whoa.
Excellent.
Oh.
I got that.
Gee.
The hook doesn't hurt him, it's the fall that kills him.
Newfoundland Sportsman with Dwight Blackwood and Paul Amundsen.
You know, Paul, I've been told we've got the greatest jobs in the world.
I know. I have a lot of trouble trying to convince my wife that we're actually working when we're on these trips.
It's a funny thing because my wife thinks exactly the same as yours. This week we're going to be taking a little look back at some of our greatest and some of our not so great moments during the season so far.
We'll see.
We spent the last 6 or 7 months bringing you the Newfoundland Sportsman show. We've traveled to many, many parts of this province, and if we haven't been in your neck of the woods yet, believe me, we will be.
Well, we've got a lot of exciting shows coming up, and we'll be all over the province. So be sure to keep an eye out for it, because we'll be seeing us around. You know, we did a lot of things this year that Newfoundlanders, Labradorians do on a regular basis. A lot of things I've never done before, like I've never hunted with dogs and this kind of...
Go on, boy. Could have fooled me.
Well, we did. We did a lot of things I haven't done before. We went to a lot of places that I've never been to. That first morning on the Mackles River was incredible.
I've never seen conditions like that in my life. That was absolutely beautiful. We also met a lot of very, very nice people. And we heard a lot of interesting stories that we're going to be bringing you throughout the show.
Some of my trips weren't that successful, but I don't know if I believe half of those tall
A
tales.
lot of your trips now weren't that successful. You didn't get a salmon.
I didn't get any rabbits, but other than that, I did all right.
Now, well, we're going to take a little look back now because the camera doesn't lie.
I outfished you.
Oh, you didn't get a moose?
I didn't have a license.
Oh, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway.
I think that outdoes you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not bragging.
Not for long, I tell you.
Just missed him. I missed it by that much. Don't see any ducks, eh?
Oh, you forgot the binoculars again, didn't you? I definitely took my time and aimed right at the last one.
I didn't take my time, but I didn't need to. I still got it. We'll talk about that. Talk about that today when I shot the rabbits. Guaranteed this time I'm getting rabbits.
Paul, I had a great day, I must say.
You?
Paul's used to shooting branches and things of that nature. Listen, I can't wait to see him shoot out a turf.
It takes all kinds, but you're one of a kind. You're really one of a kind. Oh, gee, buddy, you're one of a kind.
All right, you got the first one. I'll get the next two.
Oh, yeah, right, sir.
Oh, we'll throw them in the bag. That's,
You feel really good now, don't you?
no better than you felt this morning. Didn't take me 3 shots either. 1 shot, right? Always.
I don't believe I had to finish it off for you. It must have been Paul Amundsen. Because by the sound of the dogs, the rabbit's still running, so he missed it.
Where is he? I haven't seen him up close yet.
Vicious fight, but
You wouldn't really know that this trip, would you?
Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna get so many rabbits today, I'll have to open up a factory to bottle them. Yeah. I need one for Paul for good luck.
Here's 6 of them. There's 12 of them. You don't know what's working, do you? Because, I mean, you've had great luck today and you haven't had a clue about fishing.
Bait works well in the spring of the year, right? When the ponds are hot.
First thing you do, you put your line through the eye of the rapala, and then you make a small loop. You know, I don't believe you still don't know how to tie this rapala knot, do you?
I don't know why he's so surprised. I never did watch his tips.
Well, here, go for yourself.
You know, I might try my hand at fly tying this winter.
But it's a great winter pastime, but I think you got to have lots of patience for it, and I just don't know if I've got the patience.
I know what you mean. You know, we've had a lot of fun with the fall hunting, but my passion is fishing. And the best trip we had was down the Gander River.
Yeah, that was an excellent trip. They had some great numbers go up the Gander this past summer. I think it's been more than they've had in many, many years.
Well, actually, they had so many fish going returning this year that for the first time ever, they opened a very successful catch and release fall fishery.
Now, what does that tell you? It tells you conservation efforts are paying off, doesn't it?
It definitely does. And the thing is, I hope people don't forget the trout. The trout are in trouble in a lot of the areas in the province, and I think we have to put some conservation efforts into those as well.
And that's the mainstay of the inland fishery. I mean, more people probably go trout fishing than they do anything else.
Yeah.
Well, listen, while you're tying that, because you're probably going to be until next fishing season, let's take a look at some of our fishing highlights for the past summer.
Okay. Actually, I think I've got this now. It goes back down through the loop. And
You
back
got
over
10
the
extra
big
knots there.
Whoa, there we go. Nice one, nice one. Woo!
I'd say I didn't have any more than a half a dozen casts. Bang! Hooked into an Atlantic salmon.
This is Miller, the gentleman here who lives on the river year-round. This is his summer TP and summer residence. He's been doing this for years and years and years. He's a legend on the river here, actually, a real legend, and a stopping point when we're going down. Of course, there's a couple of real nice salmon pools out in front of the teepee here.
A good forward cast is easy for many fly fishermen because they can see their fly line and correct their casting faults.
Yeah, you could do that with the salmon rod in a few years' time. Man, are they ever wild creatures.
I heard a story once with this gentleman fishing on Southwest Gander, and he hooked his barred salmon. And he played him for a little while, and he lost his line. A week later, he went up with a new line and done some fishing, and he hooked his line up. And he tied on the line and landed the salmon he hooked the week before.
Better strap me in. Better strap me in.
Where's the rope? I'd rather for it to be like this any time at all. Especially when I'm reeling in fish. And only one behind you.
It's like Harry said, would you go to a restaurant and only serve an empty plate?
Not really, no. A good Newfoundland fisherman uses worms.
Yeah, what a sea lice on them,
Oh, and that's what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look.
Yeah. Everyone you catch has lots of lice on them.
Stay still. Just look. I didn't have them by much either, go.
I had one on one time, right on 2 hours and 45 minutes.
2 hours and 45 minutes?
Yeah, but now that one, he come second time before I got that one. First time when he come, you just see this head roll.
The shark?
Yeah, I thought that was a whale. So I fished again and fished again for a few minutes. A little long, I took that one more before he come again. Probably about 20 minutes, that one, before he come again. So when he come this time, just see the shade of it. So when I figured I had a hard, and he took off downstream and upstream and downstream, a dark angle. But I never did see it, so that fish was. Never did.
Go on, man.
No.
Well, listen, I didn't have any more than a half a dozen casts. Bang! Hooked into an Atlantic salmon.
Well, I had one on one time, right on 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
I can't imagine having a fish on it for almost 3 hours and not get it.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is he didn't even rise it. He couldn't even see how big it was.
Well, if that was me and that fish came off my line, I'd be going down the river or up the river after it, no doubt about it.
I can well imagine. But you know, that's the kind of story that keeps bringing you back to the river year after year after year.
For sure.
Well, you know, we've had some real good success with bird hunting this season as well.
Yeah, we saw a lot of grouse. Here in the Avalon now, we saw mostly rough grouse. But once we got off the Avalon and we headed towards central Newfoundland, there was all kinds of spruce and all kinds of rough grouse.
As well, we were successful with partridge. We didn't get out often, but we got some birds. A lot of the hunters I spoke to were successful, and it looked like a real encouraging year for partridge.
Which is good because over the last few years now, there's been a lot of concern about the partridge population. Now, most hunters know that these birds normally go in 10-year cycles, but it seems like the last few years they've been at the low end of the cycle much longer than they should have been.
But it was an encouraging year by the sounds of it.
For sure.
I tell you, I had fun too. Hunting over the dogs was excellent. I mean, when he stiffens up on point, I tell you, gets a real appreciation for these animals.
But you know, all the hunting that we did this fall, and I probably did more than I ever did before, the most fun that I did have, bar none, was after terrors. It was something I've never done before, but I'm going to be doing a lot of it in the future.
Well, actually, it was kind of nice to find something that you hadn't done before and put us on an even keel there, at least going out on it. But no, I must say, I really enjoyed that, going out in the bay in the boats, the open boats. That was fun as well, I must say.
Before you say anything else, I got a little present for you. I figured you could practice your duck call a bit.
Think that sounds better?
Oh, no doubt about it. We've got our decoy set out, but the ducks are not flying within shooting range. So everybody needs a good duck call.
Here, ducky, 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 ducky. Here, ducky, ducky.
Oh boy, that's not the way you do it. Gee, you use a duck call.
Here, ducky, 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 ducky. Here, ducky, 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 ducky.
Let's take one. It's nice country here.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
There's nothing better for breaking in a dog than to be up in the barrens and shoot a few partridge.
Well, the first thing you should do in the field with it, before you even bring it to me, you should plug the mouth, get some moss or whatever. I'm watching the decoys. I have decoys off here to the right. The white got a bit impatient. He's gone to circle the pond.
Ducks fly at fast speeds, and in order to be successful at duck hunting, you have to use a technique called leading.
It's strange to be looking for birds and looking for them on the ground, eh? Yeah.
That's a good bird, don't you?
Oh, nice
You got a combination of rough grouse and spruce grouse in this area.
This would be much like shooting at an arcade. I mean, the birds are going up and down in the waves like this. You're going up and down in the waves.
Turtle? Well, yeah, wet weather is hard in your shotguns.
Yeah, but she's a beautiful one for rabbits, eh?
Oh, this one's ideal. Nice and light, small and compact.
The rabbits were fun, eh?
Aren't they?
Yeah, excellent.
You know, when those dogs start yapping on some fresh scent, your heart just starts pounding, doesn't it? And another thing about rabbit hunting, too, is that most times when you're out, you're almost starting to bring something back.
Thanks. 7 million. But I tell you, it's different than I thought. Like, I'd been in the woods and the guys had pointed out rabbit trails before. And I knew that when the dog chased the rabbit ran the trail. So I assumed once you found the trail, you stood there, waited for the rabbit to cross it and shot him. But it's totally different. Much more exciting. First of all, the dogs are going crazy. Yeah. You've got a listen to the dogs, try to anticipate where they're going, where they're going to drive the rabbit out.
You weren't
Much
too good
more
at that, were you?
exciting. I was good at anticipating. I just wasn't good at shooting. But it was great fun.
The most important thing about rabbit hunting is having good dogs, and we had some excellent
excellent
dogs this fall. You know, we had beagles and we had foxhounds. Man, I couldn't get over the size of those foxhounds. I mean, there was one there weighed 85 pounds.
Yeah, they're huge dogs. No, well, these are foxhounds.
Yeah, they're American foxhounds. You can train them for almost any kind of hunting, really.
Boys must have gotten it.
I turned around, he was just sitting there
That's
like
right,
this.
they're fast.
I fired over his head and he still sat there. And then as soon as I clicked the gun, gone.
He was teasing you.
Look at this stuff. Oh.
I'll just come on over, I guess you're served up there now.
That bees.
Come on, folks. Come on.
No. Come on, over here, look. Oh, he's just gone over here. Over here. Look. Split up. I'm with Enos and Dwight's with Frank. Enos tells me he's a better hunter, so he promises me the first rabbit before Dwight gets it anyway. I hope that's not Dwight. Hope when the boys got the rabbit, not Dwight.
Get him, buddy.
Here, puppy.
You got him.
For the outdoor enthusiast, Newfoundland and Labrador offers excitement second to none, and the Newfoundland Sportsman magazine brings that excitement home to you. Subscribe now and begin enjoying interesting and informative features with exceptional photography, focusing on every aspect of our great outdoors. Order now and receive 6 issues a year for the low price of only $21.35, or subscribe for 2 years and get 12 issues for only $38.04 and save 25% off newsstand prices. The Newfoundland Sportsman magazine, outdoors at its best.
Yeah, I guess one of the best ones that we've heard recently, in recent years, was back a few years ago down on the southwest coast. We had information actually that we're tracking our radio collars, and we had collared a number of caribou up in the Lapoil area. And when we went back a couple of weeks later to get the monitoring on it, the signal was really weak. So we got the helicopters and we started heading towards the coast, We knew it was then in the community. There was a good chance that this animal had been poached. So when we put the radio telemetry on and followed it, and we ended up waiting in somebody's yard down in Ramia. We landed the helicopters and went in, and apparently the moose, or the caribou collar, that the person had taken off the animal, they had hung up behind the stove in the kitchen. And as a talk piece, it was a talk piece for the community there, I guess, for the person. But he forgot about, obviously, that was still giving off a signal. So when we went in, sure enough, the individual had a license, and he maintained that, oh yes, he got a caribou in his freezer, it was tagged, but I had a license for this year. But what he forgot about, I guess what he didn't realize, was that we didn't tag the animal, we didn't put the collar on the animal until the season had closed. So he was kind of caught pretty cold there. And if he would probably got away with it if he had discarded the radio collar at the time. So he was bragging about this collar that he had on his animal, but we could prove then that he had caught it. I got actually calls from the United States everywhere looking for the story as a little clue up to the news and that there. So it was kind of a comic story, yeah.
Remember the big black bear we saw in Terranova?
Yeah, it was a big bear.
That was a nice animal.
You know, the most popular show I think we had was the moose.
Yeah.
The big of the big three.
Yeah.
And why not? I mean, the moose is the biggest of the deer family, and we've got the densest population of moose in the world.
And that's not bad when you consider that they started from about, half a dozen animals back in the early 1900s, and now we got a population somewhere in the vicinity of about 120,000 animals.
Now that's a success story for sure.
You know, the hunt we were on in the fall, that's one of the fastest times that I've ever shot a moose. I mean, we weren't even gone 2 hours and we had one down.
Now, I mean, even with the numbers of moose that we have here in the province, to get one in a couple of hours, we had it hung by 1 o'clock that day.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But I guess what it must have been your calling.
You like that, did you?
Like it, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that makes two of us because I had never done it before. And when I started hearing the moose calling back to me, I said, holy gee, I must be doing something right, or else he's stone deaf.
Well, you impressed me with that whole shoot because you told me where the moose was going to be. You said it was going to be up in that clearing. You told me when we were going up, we heard a moose. You said, I think that's the moose. He's going down the clearing. We went up. You told me what direction he was coming from. You called him out of the woods. You called him right to our path, and then you shot him. Couldn't believe it.
What can I say? When you're good, you know.
When you're lucky, you're lucky. That was a great show, though.
Yeah, I enjoy that. And I think most of our viewers enjoy this show, too. It's something all Newfoundlanders do.
Yeah, it's got to be the most popular hunt here in the province, for sure. Yeah. And from people out of the province. We have an awful lot of people coming into the province to hunt the black bear, caribou, and, of course, the moose.
Most of our outfitters in this province, they cater to tourists from the States, New England states in particular, plus from Germany and other parts of the world. And the biggest draw that they have is our big three.
Yeah. Well, they have success rates in the 90% range.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody can claim those rates.
Now, folks, if you haven't seen the Moose Show, stay tuned because Paul was practicing at the Calgary Stampede, so he's got a thing to show you.
Well, you might have shot him, but I hog-tied him.
Oh, yeah, we have many stories. Over the past years working with wildlife. I remember one in particular a few years ago. We were up on the Cape Shore carrying out a house search. Myself and other wildlife officers, a couple of RCMP members from Placentia there. After we finished searching downstairs, we didn't find any moose, so we decided to go upstairs. And there was an old gentleman there in the house, and he kept protecting this one particular door. He didn't want us to go in there. So we asked him why. He said he didn't want us in there because his mother was in there. She was fairly old, up in her 70s. She had the flu. So we insisted. We went in, and the old lady was in the bed, sure enough, but to me, she looked like there was an awful queer shape, eh? So we sized it all up and hauled the blanket, the rug back off the bed they had on it. And sure enough, it was a full quarter of frozen moose in the bed with the old lady. So I guess that's why she had the flu.
That cut over is just around this bed.
You can see how smooth that is, too.
Yeah. Oh, that's this morning's guaranteed.
Yeah, that's smooth.
Guaranteed.
Call again. He's coming down. He's coming down.
Teresa.
It's him. Oh, yeah, Teresa. He's coming right down. Good man.
Well, it's not bad, what? 10 after 8 in the morning? Well, see, I could tell he was a bull because when I called him, he'd grunt back. If that was a cow, she'd have a long bellow, but I mean, the bull goes.
I was surprised the hell when it came down all the way down through and you're calling him.
Gee, so was I. Now, that entitles me to a crest. Successful moose hunter 1995. Tie his legs and tie it over a stump back there so I can.
Same in front or?
Yeah, same in front. So I can get his legs open and start punching him. You want to do the front?
Sure.
Make it a lot easier when you got something to keep it open.
Wrong leg.
Huh?
Wrong leg. You get two of them.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to. What do you want? Just the one?
Just the one, but just open them up.
I like one sort of stretch.
Oh, is it? I think we got something good for the show.
I think that we come home and my water just broke the barn to bring me in the hospital.
Yeah, I would say so.
Hey Durham, what are your thoughts at this moment? Nervous. Gotta go.
You beat it like a son of a gun.
Any more thoughts at this crucial moment? Just gotta get out of here.
Paul, I had the boys dig out some extra footage. Actually, if you want to know the truth, it's my favourite footage. Just to show the folks at home how graceful you are in the woods.
You know, I thought you might do something like that, Dwight. And to show you how much I appreciate it, I had the boys pull some footage for me as well. And you know, there's more than one way to stumble.
You got nothing on me.
We'll see. There's always rivers around that you can fish. And you have to preserve them. Oh!
on Paul. Oh, yeah.
Get that out. Everything's excellent with me.
Canada.
I guess one of the more important elements of enforcement for you is your... I guess one of the more important...
As they depend on us, obviously, for our human resources, our expertise, and our equipment. The RCMP, the RNC, DFO, and other such agencies.
I was doing my bit there.
While you were side on, they're busted.
Folks, you know, you can't do a show like this without gaining some respect for our environment. We hope that we've instilled in our viewers, particularly our younger generation, the same respect and appreciation that we have for our wilderness and our ecosystem. You know, at the end of each show, we've got a creed that comes up, and believe me, we mean every word of what it says.
You know, we're very fortunate here in Canada, especially in Newfoundland, that we have an abundance of wildlife and wilderness. And as one person said, what we have today is all we will ever have. So, I mean, it's our responsibility. If we want our children and their children to enjoy the activities that we have enjoyed, then we have to protect it.
And buddy, we've had a ball, haven't we?
And we've enjoyed doing it. There's no doubt. You know, I was just thinking earlier as we were setting up here. Myself and you have sat in boats like this for an awful long time, over the years.
Must be 20 years we go back. And we spent, I say, 10 of those in a boat in one form or another.
Yeah. I was just thinking nothing we could talk about on TV, but we've talked about pretty much every topic over the years. All right, congratulations.
Nothing to it.
What are we here?
Young bull. I say about, you know, last year's calf. You gotta love salmon fishing to do what we've done so far this morning. We got up at 3 a.m. We had breakfast. We drove for 15 or 20 minutes, walked for an hour.
Well, I tell you, when you come down, you've got a very narrow spot. There were some places that were coming down with boats. There's rocks here, rocks there.
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Well, what I enjoy too, I've never hunted with a dog before, and to go out and hunt with the dogs, it's just beautiful to watch these dogs work. They're out of the truck and they're working.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
It really is different. I mean, you're going through nature and you're on an animal, and how often you get that opportunity.
Plus, how many places can you go and see the big three all within a few hours? We saw caribou, we saw moose, we saw the black bear.
I've had a lot of good replies, and people have always been very, very appreciative of and amazed at what we have to offer here. You know, you take them up the southern shore, for instance, and show them a herd of caribou, or even show them an iceberg, and they can sit and just watch that iceberg all day.
Folks, we really enjoyed doing the Newfoundland Sportsman show. I want to thank all of our viewers who have watched us. I hope you've enjoyed watching us as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. Now, we're always looking for our viewer input, so why not drop us a line or give us a call and let us know what you like to see. Remember, we're on every Sunday. We've got a lot of great shows coming up.
We'd also like to thank all the people that helped us this season. The people that took us in, took us out, and showed us a great time. Thanks from the Newfoundland Sportsman.